Bayeux Tapestry by Simon Armitage and Jeff Young, with Christopher Eccleston as Harold and Stephen Delane as William. Recreating the events leading up to the Norman invasion of 1066, based on images from the tapestry, we look at this famous period of history both through the eyes of the nobility and the ordinary people involved. Our BBC reporter in the field, Kirsty Wark, takes us right through the action which builds up to the devastating Battle of Hastings. In this first episode, Harold arrives in Bossum and the air is full of speculation as he waits for a sailing wind.
Here in the town of Bossum on the south coast of England, there's an air of expectation as the people wait for the arrival of Harold, the Duke of Wessex. He's supposed to be coming here shortly en route to Normandy. We believe he's been sent as an envoy from the court of King Edward. His mission, to renew the king's promise to William, the Duke of Normandy, that he will be Edward's successor to the English throne. King Edward is old and frail, and the issue of who inherits the crown has been hugely important for the whole land. Some say the stability of the country depends on a swift decision. The royal court is hoping Harold's journey will end the speculation.
I was summoned and went willingly. Bearded like a god, childless Edward composed himself, held court under a beamed roof on his dog-shaped throne. Harold, my brother-in-law, he croaked. Lean close. We were finger to finger, eye to eye. I saw death in his face, smelt illness on his breath. England rested on his lap. Like Saturn's golden disk, his crown came into orbit on a level with my own brow. We spoke an oath. Heads nodded. Solemn words.
Is he here, the one with the hawk? Yeah, I saw him saying his prayers and now he's in there banging a plate. He's hungry and there's nothing in but crow.
It's him then?
Yeah. Who?
The Earl of bloody Wessex on his way to France.
Oh, he didn't sound like a toff. He was all scared in his prayers.
He's the bravest man in England. I've seen him cut men up.
He wasn't brave in his prayers is all I'm saying.
Well, he'll cut you up if he doesn't get his meat. Where's the cook?
Oh, drunk and dreaming.
Oh, well, we better wake him up. Tell him to steal a pig. Break the wine out, fill the cups. Let's get serving, the man who will be king.
Once Harold has arrived in Bossum, he's expected to go directly to church to receive a blessing ahead of his journey across the Channel. He and his knights will then attend a feast in the Great Hall, their last meal on land for some time. Many boats have been wrecked in the Channel, and the crew has told me they're aware their journey will be a hazardous one.
He spoke to you?
Yeah. Told me to sit on the step and tell him when I feel a wind.
Oh, you must be very proud waiting for the wind.
He didn't smell like a toff, he stank.
Latrine and cheese.
And dung, I noticed, dung of horse.
You wait for years for a toff to come along, and when he does, he stinks.
And puts you in charge of the wind. I've never really bothered with the wind.
Nah, who gives a toss?
How will I know?
I hope it's not a thing you have to smell. A wind would have a sweet smell you'd never get with him stinking the place out.
He gave me a title, though. I'm nearly as grand as him.
I have a title. My title is servant. What's yours?
I'm a messenger.
Oh, the messenger of the wind, eh? I bet you can't believe your luck.
I think the wind decides the tides. So a man in charge of the wind is in charge of the sea, which gives him power over others, such as servants.
Hey, you've got no power over me. You'd still be in your pit if I hadn't awoke you. You wouldn't be in charge of anything, never mind the wind.
When the wind comes, I'll announce it, like a guest. And then we'll all cross the sea, important as... I don't know what.
I wouldn't cross that sea.
They wouldn't have you. Great men go to sea in ships, and this time I'll be with them. In history, there'll be a place for the governor of the wind. Look at them. The fools like that get pig for dinner and you and me get left out in the cold.
Oh, you wouldn't want the pig if you saw the cook who killed it. You couldn't tell who was the pig and who was the man.
Look at them. Think they're bloody it.
They are.
They're not. They turn up here, ponce around.
Oh, you change your tune. It was Harold this and Harold that and Harold the other.
When you see him, he's nothing. He's moustache and fart jokes.
Look, great men do as they like. Men like us sit on steps and get piles.
But what I'd give to be in there, all boozed and talking loud.
Instead, you have to look for the wind.
I reckon, when it comes, that tree will dance. The name of this place is in the branches. Bosom, like an alphabet in the sky. A strange tree full of heaven.
In the next breath, we were clattering out to the edge of land, riding left to right, lashing our chess-piece nags and fabulous steeds with their golden manes and emerald flanks. The ground was a flowing river of hunting hounds. I carried a hawk in my hand, like a sign pointing the way. Had it flown, that hawk could have brought back France in its beak. A red onion, a blue grape, could have pinioned a French duke in its diamond claws, could have hovered, seeing 1,000 years of future and past, seeing as far back as the birth of Christ, as far forward as God knows what. We stopped to give prayer at a gingerbread church on the coast. A feast was spread in the upstairs hall of a house. Myself and my Englishman drank and sang and ate, supped from drinking horns, troughed from wooden bowls. Truly we pigged ourselves. And the air was thick with talk, when a messenger stood like a weathercock framed in the door, telling a wind from the west. I crushed a spiked horse chestnut in my gloved fist.
You ought to build a watchfire, keep us warm.
Those men in there are warm.
They're eating all the birds of the sky.
See the Earl's hawk, see his eyes.
That's superstition in his eyes.
The hawk sees the Earl's fate with its wise eye.
How?
A hawk is wiser than a man. The wolf, the fox, even the crow. They all know more than a man.
Oh, you talk wise as a hawk.
If I was wise, would I be on this step?
True enough. But if we burned a fire, we could warm our bones, and that's as close to wisdom as I've ever been.
You saying cold men are fools?
Yes.
Then put a spark under that wood and let's be warm and wise.
If you look in the fire, you can see a magician's show.
Or a prophecy.
Or the past.
I think they're both the same. The past and tomorrow.
What wisdom's this?
In the flames, there is the war that's going to be.
Oh, I only see a carnival.
I think that is the same thing I can see. Listen to the noise in the hall.
Yes?
And listen to the silence out here. Both these things are fear.
Oh, I know about fear. What them in there might do fills me with it.
That man who's drunk? I've seen what he can do firsthand. I've walked through the wreckage that man's left behind. He thinks he's king already.
I think I was the king if I was drunk as him.
I was throwing his dog bones, and he said, "What news of the wind?" And I said, "I'm on my arse out there in the crap of the night, waiting for your wind while you're in here getting slatted right up to his face."
You never did.
Straight up, so close I could smell his guts. There was more wind coming out of him than there ever will be from the sky.
You're joking. When he's gone, I'm supping his dregs. I'll be as drunk as him. I've dreamed I was as drunk as that. The beer was in here, in me head. I'll be pissed and full of pig the minute you're all on the sea.
We'll drown before we get to wherever we're headed.
I heard them talk of Normandy. A raid.
It'll only be a fishing trip. He's bored and wants his playtime.
Oh, they're after trouble. I can see it in the fire.
Have you ever seen trouble?
Nah. History never came near me.
Trouble's all over me like a pox. I'm up for it and nearly always in it. I'm going in.
You can't go in.
I'm going in and stealing scraps right off Harold's plate and warming them in his fire. I'm cold, I'm hungry, and I'm going in.
No, don't.
I'm gone.
You can't come in here, you've left your step. Don't tell me what I can do. That dog's got more meat than I've ever had.
Harold's looking at us. like a dead man.
He doesn't see us. We don't exist.
You're a fool.
I'll eat the dog if I have to, and I'm taking these bones with me.
Just cut me out or we're both dead.
Don't ever tell me what to do.
I was scared. I've seen it in the fire.
What does your fire tell you now? Look closely in it.
I just see flames.
Look closer.
You're burning me.
Damn right I'm burning you. Your face on fire. What can you see?
I can see that I'm a fool. My face is burning.
Told you I was trouble.
Yeah.
Now take these bones and warm them in the flames, or your bones will be in the fire.
You burn me.
So don't mess with me.
You scare me.
We're all scared. Such is the way of history.
History? What is history?
History is what has passed. Mostly what is terrible. History is whoever wears the crown and all the trouble he causes while he's wearing it. History is the powerful frightening the weak.
Not like you frightened me.
Those men in there, they turn war into legend. They pillage and gut and take heads off the dead. I rode with Harold against the Welsh. I saw the brave...
Did you feel that? I think I felt the wind. The trees dancing. Oh, go in and tell him.
Yes, sir. I can't.
But it's your duty. This is the moment.
Now the moment's here, I can't go in.
Then who will tell them the wind is here?
It's too important. You must tell them.
You're the governor of the wind.
Yes. And I'm scared.
In bare legs, with tunics and smocks hitched to our groins and hips, we waded out to the waiting ships. The channel extended east, furrowed, tilled. The oars were dipped. I stood like Pharaoh at the helm in green and gold. One man twiddled with the mast. One man scouted the view with his hand to his eye. All shields were mounted on the gunwale like the scales of a fish. Under our feet and over our heads, the beasts of the deep and the gods of the stars waited and watched. Some say this was a fishing trip gone wrong. But this was an age when a man could walk from coast to coast on the spines of herring and cod. Some say this was diplomacy blown off course, a mission to buy back cousins and kidnap sons. I say...
Within the last hour, Harold and his entourage have set sail for Normandy, accompanied by 2 sister ships. We believe that Harold's mission is to confirm William's succession, but nobody is absolutely sure. Some men on Harold's boat have said he goes to France under duress, and that his heart is not truly in this mission. Harold's own power in England grows stronger by the day, and his prowess as an army commander has been proved in the wars with the Welsh. Many question whether or not he should succeed King Edward. The question is, why send him to Normandy to tell William that he is the next rightful King of England?
France. It looked like England's mirrored other half. Had a scent I couldn't place. Smelt like... morning. We were poling through shallows, taking soundings, paddling rock pools in our stockings when the Normans appeared in all their glory. Count Guy, shouting, pointing, flailing an axe. I could have buried my eating knife in the egg of his head, his shaved nape, his razored lip, but I went quietly, willingly, saying, "On my life, I am Harold of England to speak with William."
Harold and his company have been seized and imprisoned on the Normandy coast by a local nobleman. They were found stranded by Count Guy de Ponthieu, who took them to his castle of Beaurain. When it was realised that Harold was amongst the prisoners, Count Guy demanded a ransom of £100 for his release. We understand that William has heard of Harold's plight and has dispatched 2 horsemen to Ponthieu, where they are currently negotiating for his immediate release.
Bloody nightmares.
Two armoured horsemen riding at dawn, hair flying in the wind, thunder in my head, thunder comes as horses, two angry blokes knocking. What the hell you wanting?
Open the door, little man!
Keep your hair on. Who sent you?
William, Duke of Normandy. We're here to take you prisoner.
The place is full of prisoners. You can have the bloody lot.
Funny man.
And dogs and all. And hawks. More hawks in the hole than there are in the sky. Have 'em. Take 'em.
Just open the door and let us in.
Come in and keep the noise down. You're waking up my fleas.
Small man in his nightdress.
Who've you got in your lockup?
They reckon they're a fishing party blown off course and wrecked.
Long way from home.
What use are they to you?
One of these men is Harold, Earl of Wessex.
A toff?
Tough as you get. And we're here to take him to William.
Two toffs together taking tea?
So take our horses to water and let's be done.
Big horses for a dwarf to hold.
Poor little man. God help you.
God? God's given up on me.
Come on, short stumps, throw us some scraps.
Starving in
There's
here.
a jug, man, and they're dying. Throw in a horse blanket. They're dying of cold.
Freezing.
You're out of here.
What?
Two fellas here tell a story about a man from England blown off course who wrecks his boat on the rocks in France, as if he fancies making his world bigger by just helping himself. The wreckers get their hands on them and one of them's worth a stack. This fella insults France by standing in its mud, but seems he's so important that two men come on two wild horses at dawn to invite this gent to tea.
So what of us?
Not worth spit. Not worth snuffing out. Might as well go home.
What a sorry plate of scraps.
Which one of them's our man?
That'll be the silent one who swallowed his tongue.
Have our horses ready, little man. We're riding out to Rouen in the hour. These men are coming with us.
You can keep the dogs.
But which ones are the dogs?
Harold, the Earl of Wessex, has been escorted to William's palace at Rouen. The Duke of Normandy has received him as a formal guest.
A kiss on the cheek, or two antlers brushing horns waiting to lock. Sometimes it's hard to say which. Prisoner or special guest. Count Guy led me to William's nest, I with a bird of prey still locked to my wrist. It could have been the meeting of continents. He, William of Normandy, draped in his long cloak, tassels flying from the neck. I, Earl Harold, barbed spurs to my feet. Nervous horses judded and shifted, hoof to hoof. Later, under his vaulted roof after the feast, they say I gave him an oath, promised him England on a plate, as a gift. If I did, it was a promise made in invisible ink, in lemon juice print, a promise written in sand by a foreign tongue with the left hand. William's eyes were huge in his head, opals set in stone. Moisture purled and sparkled on his bald lip.
Why do you pester me with this? I've never even met the man.
A woman's prior knowledge of her husband isn't always necessary.
And does he grunt like a hog when he's with a woman? Or is that only Cleric?
If we could just discuss the matter in hand...
Harold, Earl of Wessex, is he a grunter or a squealer?
It's not for me to know.
Is he religious?
I've heard not.
Then he'll be a squealer. Clerics grunt, heathens squeal.
I'd really rather discuss the business at hand.
People will mistake my bed for a pig shed if many more men lie in it.
If you were to lie down with Harold, it would oil the wheels of diplomacy a tad. Think of yourself as a gift from one nation to another.
Does my father know you've had me?
Well,
Does God?
What?
Your all-seeing God. Was he peeping?
Well, I feel rather uncomfortable with this.
Does God listen to prayer?
Of course he does, of course.
Then, Cleric, let us pray.
Oh, God.
Dear God in heaven...
Enough of this, enough. This is blasphemy.
And if I lie down with Harold, will God smile upon the union?
Well, yes.
Is he alone, this Harold? This man I've never met, who you would have me marry?
No, he's travelling with other men, an army of knights.
Then why don't we wheel them all in and I can have the lot?
Oh.
foreign fields give rise to fabulous dreams. One night, a dragon with heads at both ends, 2 camels going their separate ways, a knave blading his axe on a hard rock, 2 peacocks with their fantails closed. And at dawn, a man and a woman, naked in the world.
I can hear the whole world laughing.
It's a necessary contract, a matter of administration.
I'm not a document. I'm a...
Woman, yes, it's plain for all to see, and some to know.
My own father providing me for another man's pleasure.
A simple contract between 2 countries.
I am not a contract. I feel like a pudding baked to tickle a man's palate.
The details aren't important. You're marryable stock.
I'm just goods, is what I am. Besides, he's English.
It would be of great benefit to France if you became the Englishman's pleasure.
And you'd know about man's pleasure.
The cleric's torment comes from pleasure.
I don't remember torment when you came into my bed.
I've been the soul of discretion.
I don't recall you having any soul.
I wouldn't want there to be any embarrassment.
There are naked men dancing lewdly in the woods and enacting the scandal of the Duke's daughter and the cleric, and you think we've avoided embarrassment?
Of course, it would have been preferable if none of it had ever happened.
And why did it happen?
I was hungry.
So you had me, like a dinner, and now I'm being dumped like leftover bones.
I don't think you're being dumped so much as, well, let's just say that Harold's hungry too, and you're...
A morsel for his supper?
Yes.
And have you eaten everything on your plate?
Yes. Don't think I don't feel shame. The man in me overwhelmed, shall we say, the piety.
How quickly those who preach controlling reverence lose all self-control.
So, will you...
Will I lie down with the royal pig of England?
Yes.
Will it make William happy?
Yes.
Then you can go away and tell my father that his hungry guest will have to do without his bedtime pudding.
Did William really send his daughter to my bed? As a man might make a gift of a side of beef, a pig's head. She carried the mark of another man's hand on her cheek. I touched her face. Then further and more. Let my fingers do whatever my fingers pleased, roam wherever they roamed. I let myself go. Strange dreams indeed. But what do such dreams mean?
This morning in Normandy, Harold, the Earl of Wessex, and William, the Duke of Normandy, joined forces and embarked on a military offensive against the maverick Conan of Brittany. The political implication of this military pact will have great resonance for the future of the English throne, whether they are able to defeat Conan or not. Whatever the reasons for this alliance, many are saying that Harold's position as William's guest is not an easy one.
This Harold reminds me of somebody else. Someone I know too well. Not his look, but the way that he fixes the world with his eyes, the way heads turn, the way that ears bend to his words. He smiles, and a peacock raises its tail on the castle wall. He clenches his fist, and somewhere out to sea, a ship goes down. England and France. Under the waves, are we not joined by land? Face to face, an ocean of difference swims between us. But I give him my hand.
This is not the journey home to England. It's a practical joke. Us on horses, that's the joke. William's taunting, seeing how far he can push us. I have no loyalty to William. None of us have. But Harold has to prove he has if we're to get home safe.
But we're riding into battle. How safe is that?
Declaration of loyalty will get us home to Bosom, and that's enough for me.
We'll see some sport today.
Sport? I don't want bloody sport. I want my step in Bosom.
Your Harold was up all night boasting of his prowess in the field of war.
Like a proud peacock, all tuft feathers.
It's an honour for us to ride into battle with such a hero. When we cross the river, we're up for the scrap of a lifetime.
You're not getting me in that river.
It's full of bloody eels.
Ride in, messenger. We have no choice.
Eaten by this mud, sucked into the mud's belly.
Swim.
This is quicksand.
Take a hold of me.
Mouth eating me.
The battle raging round me here on the banks of the River Couesnon opposite Mont Saint-Michel is a truly bloody affair. Both sides are taking a terrible beating. Amidst the scenes of utter devastation, soldiers are perishing and horses are being dragged to their deaths in the quicksand. Reports of heroism on an unprecedented scale have reached us. Harold himself is said to have rescued 2 drowning men from the mud, an act of superhuman strength and courage.
Invisible hands had me by the throat.
They were the devils.
I glimpsed the Abbey church as I went down. It hung in the sky as if to protect me.
Whose hands pulled me out? It was an angel who wrapped his arms around me. A voice said, "You're alive if you don't quit," and the strongest man I've ever witnessed pulled me out of the mouth and set me down on a rock.
Harold, Earl of Wessex. You were the devil's meat, and Harold took you from his mouth.
The man we cursed is now the man we praise?
William and Harold, acting in concert, have attacked the town of Dol and its citadel. From where I'm standing, I can see Conan, the Duke of Brittany, retreating. In fact, right now, he is climbing down the battlements. The combined might of William and Harold's armies has ended Conan's threat for good.
This Harold Godwin's son reminds me too much of myself. They say the future stares a person in the face at least once, that a man's death crosses his path like a fox up ahead on the path, that his enemy stands on his grave, stamps his feet, and clears his throat. For now, though, he is a treasured guest. And what courage and what strength. In honour, I gave him a metal suit, fitted him head to toe in metal cloth, stuck a lance and flag in his hands, planted an iron helmet on his English head, till only his face shone through. Under that armour-plated coat, I felt his muscles moving like eels or fish, his lungs pumping the air, his heart thumping with bloody liquid fire. What is a man's word? Air squeezed from the throat? A mouth opened and shut? A bubble of noise, like a bird escaped from a box? What is a sacred oath? Language dipped in gold? Letters carved in cathedral stone? The alphabet carried on the breath of God?
A ceremony is taking place in the town of Bayeux, where Harold, the Earl of Wessex, is swearing an oath of allegiance to William. He is standing, his hands placed on 2 reliquaries. Earlier, William rewarded Harold for his part in the Brittany campaign by investing him with arms, giving him the status of a vassal. This act binds Harold closer to William in loyalty and obligation. To break the oath of allegiance would have momentous consequences. By this act, Harold has pledged his support for the Norman succession to the English throne.
This Harold gave me his word, his oath, the crown of England to be mine when the time comes. I am a trusting sort, but, just to be sure, brought forth a casket of holy bones and a jewelled box containing a saint's skull. And Harold, with a hand on each, looked me fully and wholly in the face and swore again. Behind him 2 of his English flunkies whispered and winked. I could have swatted them like flies, squashed them under my heel. No matter. This was the most velvet battle fought. A nod of the head, and all England was mine, without lifting a hand. I pictured its white cliffs, lowered like a drawbridge, opened like a garden gate. Such ease of passage. I have grand plans for those English oaks and sycamores and elms. Such great trees, so easily felled.
I'm sick of France. I'm sick of war. I tell you, we're a laughing stock. And now what? Harold swears on bones and dust.
The bones are sacred relics. He has no choice but to swear.
He's going to make an oath break.
That mouth of yours again, you'll betray.
Betray what? What does he want, though?
He wants England.
And he's throwing it away.
He has no choice. You want these dogs unleashed on us? He has to play the game, and so do we.
And we'll get out of here alive.
Let him swear his silent oath.
So no one else can hear how he lies.
Harold and his men have returned to England. They are now en route to London to report to Edward that the mission is accomplished.
The wind was west. I walked our English guest to the shore. Razor shells cracked like chicken bones under our feet. I had stashed his ship with treasure and gifts, loaded it to the brink, crammed it could hardly float. A wind stiffened the sailcloth. His men busied themselves with rigging and rope. My men watched from the cliffs. From where I stood, I could taste the channel's salt, hear the creak of timbers as they sailed away from the light of day as if pushed by the sun. Harold raised his arm for the final time, and I mine. I waited until that ship fell into the void between sea and sky. Sometimes the coast of England shows itself like a memory of the future, but not that day. Tomorrow, perhaps.
So home again from our Fool's campaign?
You left here young and foolish, and you came back young and foolish.
I'm old now. I've seen too much to still be young.
Life has burned you just like you burned me.
I want us to forget what I did to you. I want no more trouble.
Harold looks full of trouble.
He's been duped by William. We're all duped. He's brave, though, I'll give him that. Oh, I've seen such things. I saw a river eating men, and Harold saved their lives.
Edward is frail and lame. They say he didn't know Harold was in France.
I thought he sent us to bloody France.
Well, they say it was just mischief. He's in there, stooped with shame. Edward's on death's door, but he still has the strength to scream.
He's got more strength than me, then.
More bad dreams. Flesh-eating monsters with human screams. Big cats with scorpions' tails. The royal bird had flown from my hand, lifted into French air, hovered, dusting the sun, then turned tail, flying into nothing and nowhere. In London, King Edward's stony eyes looked blankly out of his grey head. His bony fingers barely had the strength to point. Stroke after stroke had struck like lightning through his face. He staggered through Christmas, gibbering, weak, then sank into a drowning sleep, dreamed of a flying sword. Words dribbled from the corner of his mouth. Propped in his deathbed, his queen, my sister Edith, tried to take his hand, but he reached for mine. She shrank back into her place, into a mood. I felt Almighty God entering and speeding through my royal blood.
Do you know my husband's destiny?
I am only a doctor. He'll take his rightful place.
Where is that place?
Where do you imagine heaven is?
I don't know if heaven's where he's going.
They are building him a resting place. Perhaps that is his heaven.
Glass and stone? They'll fill it with all his silence.
Silence?
I can't remember when I heard him speak. To me, I mean. To me.
He's slipping away. You should be at his side.
Would he miss me if I wasn't? No, I don't expect an answer. It is my duty to be at his side when he departs to heaven.
I have done my best to keep him here.
And now?
He has made his will and testament.
Yes. All goods and property disposed, including me.
It's a matter of procedure, then. Last rites, final breath.
Lament of weeping widow.
What is a king? A man in a gold hat catching the sun's flames? Or a true god in a man's skin? Like a boy with his ear to a shell, I listened at Edward's mouth for his last breath until the tide went out. Like a boy, cracking mussels and clams, I dug my finger into his breast, prized open an empty heart. Like a boy threading a hook, I fished for the sunken veins in his wrist. There was no pulse. If the angels recovered his soul, they carried him off on the head of a pin through a needle's eye. But he left words in my mind. Words of a king. Words that circle my brain with the weight of a crown.
Won't somebody talk to me?
Talk to you? About what?
Can no one hear me?
This is a very busy time, you see.
And all on my own here. I am married to a king and I am all alone.
The king, ma'am. The king is dead.
I know he's dead. I ought to know. I am the king's wife, damn it. Does that count for nothing?
You're upset. But time is pressing. Tomorrow you'll get your due recognition.
And then what? What happens to me then?
Well, I'm sure there'll be arrangements.
Which corridors do I walk? Do I walk them forever? How long is forever? Do I walk them in silence? Do I walk them in tears? What do I do?
Well, after the written period of mourning, you...
God, give me strength. My life is over.
Well, effectively, it could be said.
What happened to all the other widows left behind by kings?
Now, will there be anything else?
Leave me, you fool. Leave me to what I'm meant to be.
What's happened?
It's obvious what's happened, man. The bloody king is dead.
Edward said, "May God be gracious with my wife."
Have you ever seen God?
No.
Close enough to feel his breath on me.
And Edward touched Harold on the hand as if to say, "My death is now, and you are king."
And God is here.
And I wept at his revelations, and I reached out to touch him. He was the true prophet. I was no longer in his thoughts. His business was with God.
We have to strip and prepare the corpse.
The body of the prophet.
He said to Harold, "I commend this woman and all this kingdom to your safe hand. So help me God, I am his wife, and yet his last words were not for me. Forgive me in my loneliness."
Move away. Help me with this man.
He's so cold. The king is dead.
Now, will you help me strip him? I must bleed him and prepare him for eternity.
I am invisible amidst these men. My hand is not in his hand.
That woman crying. Who is she?
God help me in my loneliness, my silence, and my grief.
She is his wife.
God save the king. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women, and blessed be the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women, blessed be the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
burial of a prophet on the same day as the crowning of a king.
Unseemly haste, I call it. Unseemly haste.
It would have been more unseemly to let the funeral meats go rancid.
A just God takes care of the catering arrangements.
A dead man's meat is a coronation banquet.
What does it mean that this man is dead?
It means the world turns out and weeps.
For a man they didn't know.
They say there are people in this land that don't even know there is a man known as a king.
This is the passing of a saint.
He was a saint in beard alone.
Hey, this is not the day for jokes. You'd start a fight at a funeral.
I didn't mean... No, I had my fill of fights. I'll observe the solemn day.
I feel I've been so close to him that I've also been quite close to God.
So, Harold will be king by overwhelming consent.
With unseemly haste.
This country needs a strong-armed man, a warrior king.
Duke William will be vexed.
By the time he knows, it'll be too late.
Trouble brews, trouble
Damn right, trouble
brews.
When Harold made his oath.
His oath?
I was there with my own eyes.
Oh, he's always there, my friend, right in the thick of it.
With my own eyes, I saw him swear an oath to William that this crown would go to France.
I told you, trouble brews.
What does it mean that this man is dead?
It means we've lost whatever it was we thought worth having.
And now?
And now we have uncertainty.
More of all we've ever had.
God save the king!
Earlier today, King Edward died. His body is being taken to the recently completed St. Peter's Church on the Thames, where he will be buried. During his last hours, the King's family and other members of the court came to his bedside, most notably Edith, his wife, and Stigand, the Archbishop of Canterbury. In his dying moments, Edward is reported to have pointed his finger at Harold, whom he looked on as a brother, and said, "I commend my wife to your care, and with her my whole kingdom." The members of the Witan, who were already gathered, thus chose Harold Godwinson, Earl of the West Saxons, as Edward's successor. Harold accepted, and so he has broken his pledge to William. Preparations are now underway for the immediate coronation of Harold, King of England. It has been a tumultuous day for England, filled with both great sorrow and joy, and foreboding.
Oh, the whole world is on the streets.
Are they crying or dancing?
Oh, I don't know what to do, one way or the other.
Stop it! Oh, when you think you're safe, if you knew anything, you'd die of fear. We're all as happy as pigs wallowing in the mud of our own stupidity. Stop shoving. If we knew anything about the world, we'd die of fright. Stop shoving, woman.
My boy can't see.
There's nothing to see.
Give a little boy a chance.
I'd sooner give him a clip.
Have a clip yourself, you lump.
Will you stop this? There is nothing to see.
Some called it indecent haste. Some said the old king was still cooling in his grave, that the cushion of his throne still carried his heat when I took his seat. I say some matters will not wait. So the meats that were eaten hot at Edward's morning funeral feast were eaten cold in the afternoon as I took his crown. A king should start as he means to go on.
I want to see the king. My boy has never seen a king.
A king is much like any man.
I'd rather he was more than that.
The king is feasting on the scraps from a dead man's table.
Oh, he speaks as if he knows him.
Let me through the front.
Oh, let him through and shut him up.
Where is he then? Where's the king?
The king is in that building.
What building's that?
It's a place where great men do great things.
He must be bloody loaded.
Bunch of thieving toffs.
A great man has died.
One toff's popped and his mate takes his place.
Edward was great, Harold is great.
Edward who?
The king who died. These men are placed among the gods.
Not my gods. My god's drunk in the gutter with me. Fat fella, lovely singer.
Crying out loud.
I'll leave her. The woman's a wise one. I want to know this. Great men are there for us to copy. Am I right?
They say they lead us by example, yeah.
And we're all weeping for a man who was weak.
Look,
how do we imitate that?
Hey, this sounds too close to treason to me in the middle of a lynch mob.
Oh, I love a good hanging.
We all sleep badly because of our mistakes.
But I thought these men were mated with the gods.
Oh, you make me mad. Oh, Christ, this boy stinks.
You leave my boy alone.
I'll be drunk and feed.
I'll slap you in the fish in a minute.
Come on, hit him,
Yeah, hang on, there's the top coming out. Here.
Is that the king? Is that the king?
In my left hand, they placed the golden bauble of the orb. The sceptre they laid in my right. The crown itself was a perfect fit, solid and heavy, heaven sent. I felt the whole country under the soles of my feet. The bald archbishop bowed and scraped and shuffled away, and 100 courtiers bent until they broke, if I so much as blinked. Yesterday's friends became subjects and servants that day.
A king is good. We mustn't question.
Well, I wouldn't know. In all my life, I never did anything I'd call good.
Well, you know it in your soul.
You think I have a soul? You think any of these pickpockets and whores have a soul?
Yes.
Well, maybe you do. Well, I don't know how a man who has done the things Harold's done can claim to have a soul. Oh, God save the king!
Is that the king?
We're mingling with the mad.
Oh, I might have this order of blame, but he looks no different than the rest of us. Bit better looking.
This king looks like a man.
What?
His Majesty. The light shines out of him.
What? Oh, yeah. So it does. Suddenly, I'm quite overcome. He stands before us, like a light shining in the dark. Deserves a little curtsy.
Save the king!
God save the king!
All was smooth and straight until night, when a small boy wishing on the moon, singing rhymes to the planets, spotted a bearded star to the east. Soon all hands were pointing out its mercury light and fizzing tail. I laughed it off as freak, waved it aside. But for a week it crossed my window as I tried to sleep. Basted in sweat, I dreamed 1,000 boats were sailing through my flesh, cruising my bloodstream, bumping and barging into the port of my heart, coming ashore in my head. The royal astronomer buried his head in his chest and wouldn't speak. Even through bolted shutters, that bastard star burned bright.
What is it? In the sky?
It's death.
Is it the end?
It's God.
It's the devil.
It's a good sign.
It's a bad sign.
It's screaming.
He's angry with us.
It's crashing.
On the board he has.
The devil's screaming ahead.
Our sins are tangled in his hair.
It's a star. It pulls its hair out.
It's the long-haired star of doom.
Punishment. A shooting star with long wild hair means the country's death.
Oh, God help us all. God help my little boy.
A disturbance in the heavens brings disturbance to the earth, and that's the top and bottom.
And God won't help us.
God?
Oh, I am falling.
I'll lose my balance too. Oh, for Christ's sake.
I'm losing my sight.
I want to see the star.
I'm losing all hope.
The end of the world. It's the end of the world.
You're a kind man.
Save my little boy from all to come.
Save him yourself, you hag. The other stars are hiding.
Can you blame them? They hide in shame for what they see below.
The long-haired star is speaking.
What does it say?
It says nothing but doom. There is no worse sight than this in all the heavens.
An ill omen. The terror it inspires is writing on the sky.
It writes our contract with God.
What will happen to the new king?
He'll die. He was crowned beneath an evil star.
And this is the end of all of us, and all the ground beneath us. The star's face is mad with pain.
Such is your faith in omens.
When God is mute, he sends a long-haired star.
You're making all this up. Mute? Why is God mute?
He's speechless with rage at all our sins, and so we are abandoned.
You're as mad as this hag.
Can you hear her screaming?
Yeah.
From where?
From somewhere here inside me. I am falling.
A ship has been dispatched for France to tell William the news of Harold's coronation. It will be a devastating blow for him. He was expecting to be the automatic successor to the English throne. In England, the population appears to be unsettled by Edward's death, and there has been a bad omen. Last night, a long-tailed comet was seen crossing the skies.
When the news came through, I seethed. We were hunting in rich woods. Pheasant and deer were plucked and pelted, stacked in steaming piles of meaty nudes. A thin-lipped messenger sidled up on his shivering horse, lisped that Harold had broken his word, that Harold had offered himself the throne. The spit hadn't dried on the messenger's tongue when I broke his jawbone with my gloved hand. I felt a deep, pressurized rage. I summoned my best men. Princes and nobles sat in council and agreed. Even the Holy Pope sent word, lent God's might to our side. Threats were made, debts were called in and repaid. Offers came in. 20 boats from Abbot of St. Ouen, 60 apiece from Montgomery, Beaumont, Fitzosborne, Robert of O. From Hugh of Montfort, 50 boats and 60 knights. From Walter Giffard, 30 boats and a ton of knights. It wasn't enough. From Robert of Mortain, 120 knights, 80 from William of Evreux, 100 from Odo of Bayeux. It wasn't enough for the onslaught I had in mind, for my French avalanche. Whole forests were cleared for their wood. Sailboards were trimmed and planed, 1,000,000 arrows cut. Every standing tree of Normandy was hacked to a stump, just as the English would fall, just as England would be hacked down. It wasn't enough. Every backstabbing eye patch and cutthroat of Northern Europe was drafted into the cause. Take what you want, rape as you please, I told them, and promised a wage on top. Wasn't I schooled from birth for that day? For this war?
The king went dizzy, fell forward all peculiar.
From too much pig and mead?
No, from the omen. Kings must feel omens more strongly than the rest of us. He felt it like a blow to the heart. I thought he'd split in two.
His kingdom's split in two. He's only just king, and already we're plunging into war.
Well, he promised peace. The long-haired star had other plans.
We're marching north to fight a war because kings make war. The star's a bloody star. The king's a bloody king, and kings make bloody war.
And I lay bloody tables and eavesdrop as I do so.
So you know more than all of us.
Well, he was sick with a vision of ghost ships on a sea lit up by the long-haired star.
Oh, not another vision.
I ran to him to help him. He was already as grey as Edward. He asked me if I'd seen the omen. Told me to think of the worst thing I had ever seen in a dream. Told me there'd only be nightmares from now on because we were invaded. We're all dead.
He was raving.
Oh, the long-haired star had burned the king's name from the heaven.
So where is this place now?
This place is hell.
We're getting news of trouble in the north of England. Hardrada, King of Norway, with the assistance of Harold's estranged brother Tostig, is reported to have invaded several northern towns, gutting them and slaughtering the inhabitants. When he reached Stamford Bridge, Harold came face to face with his brother and Hardrada. Furious hand-to-hand battle ensued. We believe that Harold's army is taking severe losses, but the Norwegian army is nearly annihilated. Monday, the 25th of September, 1066, will be remembered as a day of utter disaster for Norway.
Come out from out of that tree.
I'm invisible.
I can hear you.
I'm hiding.
Hiding from who? From me?
Yeah.
Well, come out. There's work to do. Come on. Your face is wet.
It's morning dew.
Tears? Why?
Because I'm scared.
Look, we're cutting these trees to build a boat. We have no choice. Don't look at me like that. It's not my war.
Where will all the crows live?
Well, they'll fly with us to England and rest in an oak.
What about the shade?
The shade?
Where will we find shade to rest in?
Beneath the sail of the boats we build. I don't know. All I know is I need you to help me. And when we get to England, we'll build William a throne.
From the wood of an English oak tree?
Yes. Now pick up that axe and cut down that tree.
Why are we going to war?
We're carpenters. We build the boat. We shape the bow. We carve the throne. We make the fort. We even make men wooden legs and bang nails in their coffin.
So they couldn't have a war without a carpenter?
We'll be the talk of England. Our boats will carry horses.
An ocean filled with horses?
Pity poor England. They'll think we're a nightmare riding on the waves.
I'd stay awake forever if there were night horses on the sea. Can't we stay here?
No!
I'm frightened.
So am I. But we have to act like heroes. So come on, cut down a tree and build us a boat.
The coast was a forest waiting to leaf and sail. Mast and beam, as far as the eye could tell. I counted 400 ships. There were dozens more. The foreshore was a lacerated, trampled mess of cart tracks, hoof prints, and soldiers' steps. Water, arrows, meat, fruit and wine, all were carried aboard. A rumour came back to my camp. As I rode from the town, my wife Matilda appeared at my side. I kicked out, buried my spur in the white meat of her breast, killing her dead. My wife, who furnished my ship with its animal prow and carved boy at the stern blowing his bugle horn. This lashing out was a myth, but I let it circulate nevertheless. A warning of fire in my veins and ice-cold hate in my head.
Look how big the sky is.
Look how far we can see.
All the trees of Normandy are being hammered into boats. We'll give them beasts' faces, dark mouths screaming.
Hammer the boat! Hammer the boat!
Hammer the boat! Hammer the boat! Here, climb up the mast and see what you can see.
I see a light in the sky.
A long-haired star.
Is it a bad star?
No, it's a luck star to keep us safe at sea.
This used to be a forest, and now it's a sea for you and me to sail. I can see to the ends of the world. And look, men moving across the land.
It's William's army, outlaws and thieves. They'll crawl like lice all over England's hair. Come from as far as Sicily.
You sail to England in our boat?
Yes! I'll carve a moon and hang it in the sky.
Here on the coast of Normandy, Duke William has commissioned a massive fleet of ships for the invasion of England. 2,000 boats are to carry 14,000 men and 3,000 horses, as well as weapons and provisions. In addition, the lumber necessary to build 2 or 3 forts will be transported across the channel. The ships are designed like Viking longboats, with dragons' heads on the prows and a line of shields on the ship's gunwales. The sheer scale of such an invading force cannot be underestimated.
The omens were not good. We waited a full month for a puff of breath from the south. None came. A storm broke from the west. We had to huddle in a cove like pirates and thieves. I was knotted and twisted, coiled with revenge. August came and went. September was almost out. Then the wind veered. The boats lifted their dragons' heads, smelt the air, bared their teeth to the waves. France disappeared behind us in the night. A 6-day moon looked over the sea with half a face, then fell asleep. We waited and watched for morning. Lanterns and flambeaux burnt on the ships. I don't think even one of my men so much as blinked, so much as breathed. It wasn't fear. It was history and fate lying ahead, in wait.
Rain, hungry. My dreams are full of stormy seas pounded with the hoofs of drowning horses.
Stink of horse dung everywhere.
Oh, pukes until I'm empty.
I've seen it all now. The eyes of drowning horses.
You've seen nothing yet.
The worst is yet to come. We buried 100 men in the river mud.
But already this is hell. You said we would be safe. We are not safe.
We're still alive. The storm will cease. We built these boats. They'll carry us safe to England.
They're sinking already.
Taking more horses to see us. Madness.
We'll all be drowned. I look around for heroes and all I see is men as scared as me.
I'd rather be dead in the river mud than alive on this sea coffin.
I carved a moon to keep us safe.
Light the lanterns. Let God see their madmen in their boat are swilled with horse piss.
Well, where are the lanterns of all the other boats?
We're all alone. God has abandoned us.
Hey, shut up the mast and see if you can see the fleet.
I'm scared.
Go on.
I'm scared too.
You're a carpenter, of course you're scared. I'm a soldier, I shouldn't be scared.
I'll climb the mast.
No, hey, be careful. Hey, look, I don't want to lose you. Steady.
Hey.
Careful. Careful, boy.
I can't grip. My hands are slipping.
Careful!
Hey,
no! Hold the boat! Hold the boat!
Reach to me! It's beneath the water.
Take this rope.
Here. He can't grip. He can't. His hands, blood turns the water red. Boy!
What do you see?
I see the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
What do you see?
I see a drowning horse. I see into its eyes. I see a twisting of skin and muscles and bone. I see the moment when I know the horse is dead and it stops fighting. It is exquisite. And in the tumbling waters, spinning around the dying horse's body, is the sadly, sweetly, final breathing body of the child.
You'll go down with him if you don't make still.
He was my son.
He built this boat with me. Boy! Oh, God! Jesus! I close my eyes and look again, and he's gone beneath the dark waters. And what do I feel? I feel nothing but the beauty of that terrible moment. I feel what it means to drown. The sea is written on with his hand's ink.
What does it say?
It says that we will die. Let me climb the mast.
What do you see?
I see 4 lanterns. No! Wait, I see the entire armada. The lights of 2,000 boats waiting like sea beasts. Their lights are on the water as if the stars have fallen from the sky.
All right.
Yes.
Do you know what's happened?
Yes, my son is beneath the waters forever. The sea has no pity for any of us.
Who are you?
I'm a carpenter.
What do you want?
I don't want my terror to leave me.
Dawn came like the sight of land. I was one boat alone off England's beach. Were all others lost or sunk? I stayed thoughtful, calm, ordered breakfast cooked. Soon 400 ships of France came into view. We looked for a hole in England's solid wall and streamed through. Shingle grazes the hull of my landing boat, sizzles under the wood. My first step into English waters is an icy shock. Slow waves usher me onto the stony beach. The horizon is empty of any unwelcome signs. But gazing into the distance instead of watching my feet, I falter and slip. To my men, this is the battle lost before the first arrow is let loose. History turns on such spills as this. I lift a rock in my fist. Here is England in my grip. A cry goes up. Fate altered with a turn of phrase. Now the omens are good.
It's the 28th of September 1066. I'm down at Pevsney Bay where the Norman fleet has just landed. The coast is completely undefended. King Harold's forces are occupied with repelling the Norwegians in the north. Some of William's men have ridden inland to mark out the terrain and are meeting with no resistance at all. William is clearly hoping he can draw Harold into conflict while his English troops are tired and weak from battle, and so take England.
Are you asleep? Yes, you're asleep. I wouldn't have you wide awake on this night.
It's the 28th of September 1066. I'm down at Pevsney Bay where the Norman fleet has just landed. The coast is completely undefended. King Harold's forces are occupied with repelling the Norwegians in the north. Some of William's men have ridden inland to mark out the terrain and are meeting with no resistance at all. William is clearly hoping he can draw Harold into conflict while his English troops are tired and weak from battle, and so take England.
A drunk and foolish voyage brought us to this mud.
None of us were heroes, that's for sure.
If it wasn't for the wine, I'd have turned and swum straight home.
It's the wine that makes me want to swim. They don't tell hero stories about drunken cowards.
I can't stand up, mum.
We'll crawl to Harold's feet and beg him to surrender.
A battle fought by peasants on their knees.
We'll have to sober up and get stuck in, or William will have our guts.
They're riding out to Bonn. I'm riding with them. A drunk can of his booty.
As I watched the Normans descending from their boats, an extraordinary thing happened. William came down from his vessel, lost his footing, and fell to the ground. You might have thought this would be taken as a bad omen, but he managed to rectify the situation by grasping a handful of soil in a symbolic gesture. He was saying this was his rightful kingdom.
So, this is England. I'd heard there was a world of wonder and terror.
Hey, it's us that bring the terror. I'll say that fat pig over there on me back, and thick Englishmen will think I'm a squealing, wondrous beast.
We'll fill our sacks with chickens and roast them in hot coals.
Aye, put the fear of God up 'em.
We'll make this place a hell, running with blood.
Aye, we'll burn it down.
Mum. Hush now, hush. Mum, the moon's eyes are red. Quiet. Or your eyes will see too much. Mum, the night is red. Quiet, or the world will be. Mum. Quiet. And the world won't know we're here. The world? Yes, the whole world outside our door, and it's in flames. Oh, you've breathed in the wrath of God. God, he must be angry with us. I'm scared. No. I didn't mean to scare you. Go to sleep, and I'll guard over you. The lullaby. I can't sing. Sleep now, sleep. I can hear horses. They're bringing you a dream. The world's on fire. Don't look to the window. I don't like the burning. Get up now. Come, quickly. Where are we going? We have to leave. Quickly. The wild men. We must run to safety. What the whole top's burning? Come into my arms, child. My hair is on fire.
You're coming with me.
Leave her alone.
If you want a roast...
Leave my boy.
Keep it shut or I'll burn you.
Just don't harm my boy. Run and hide.
Yeah, run for your life, little boy. It's your mother I've come for.
I don't want to leave you. Run. You must run. Go. Nothing you can do will harm me.
Harm? You'll soon know about harm.
Kill me then. If you don't, I'll be dead sooner than later.
A fat monk comes to my camp, pushes in through the flaps of the tent, stands there sweating, out of breath. A pig in a dress. A message from Harold, grunt, grunt, if it pleases your duke, squeal, squeal. So read it, I say, paring a nail, peeling an apple fruit, tasting the flesh. Harold. I hear his voice in his words. Temerity, Augustine, one unbroken line, a deathbed request. Oink, oink. These English apples taste like clay in the mouth, like fruits of the earth. He waits for an answer. Stay for supper, I say. My men have found your English villages most welcoming. An hour ago, this pork was a pig, and the boy who fed it was happy and pink. Now both are roasted and crisp. One burnt in his house, one turned on a spit. Please take a slice of your own kind on a plate and eat.
A red-headed beauty.
My child's gone.
Your fine hair is singed.
Get away, you disgust me.
We'll roast our fat pig in your burning down house.
He might die.
And after the pig, we'll have kissing and dancing.
You, that's the pig. Oh, if any harm comes to my son...
He'll be off on an adventure. The world before a war is a playground.
You've had your fun. Just...
Fun? Oh, no. This isn't fun. This is winter and hell.
Let go of me. Let go of me. Let me go.
You hear that? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You've heard the devil singing.
My body, my child, my house.
Your house is gone.
Because of you.
This war came to you. This is what war is.
This was my home.
And who built your home?
My husband, the father of my boy.
Where is your husband?
Away, he's away.
At war, perhaps?
He's in the north. At war, yes, at war.
And whose house is he burning?
England's burning.
This is the right place for my grief.
And what happened to you?
My son drowned on the crossing. For this. For nothing.
Hey, come on, you can't think about it. You just got to live with it. Otherwise you feel your own death.
Why is this happening?
Oh, it happens because men love it.
Have you got a wife?
Aye.
Where is she?
Safe at home in Normandy.
My wife is a ghost. What do you think your wife would say if she could see you now?
Well, I think she'd say, au revoir. We've killed the chickens, killed the pigs. Tomorrow we kill the men.
Oh my God, my head and leather mouth. What day is this?
Same day as when you started drinking.
I can't see.
Where have you been?
A woman took my fancy. I killed a pig and thrilled her.
You dirty dog.
I never met the host of the party, but God, I burned his house down.
God above's not laughing.
Old William's will.
To murder and burn?
Yes.
Why?
To get Harold's back up, to piss on his doorstep. Barbarism and savagery won us this war before it even started.
Where the hell do you think you are?
Just here to do my work.
In hell, though. In hell.
I thought soldiers were heroes.
Soldiers. Soldiers are as low as dogs.
The battlefield.
Look into that cauldron. Look at the meat cooking.
So?
You're looking at the war.
William sends word. Reminds me I swore on the empty conch of a saint's skull. Promised that England was his. Dead saints make unlikely witnesses, I think. William sends word. Rather than letting our armies cancel themselves out, rather than trash 10,000 men, shouldn't we meet in single combat, man to man? Strange. I feel a paleness washing over me, a numbness of thought and limbs. A blowfly buzzes in my mind. I stare for minute after minute at a burning yellow arrowhead, a candle flame. Daydreams. Thoughts as slow as yolk, asleep in the egg. The envoy clears his throat. I hear myself talk. Tell the Duke that England won't be settled with an arm wrestle or joust. Here is a country at stake. A kingdom can't be won or lost by two rutting stags. England will cost him more than that. Tell him to dress for battle. We march at once. A silence follows those words. In the flame, I see William's burning face.
Why so silent?
I'm an innocent fool. There's nothing I can say.
This is the eve of bloody battle.
We are murderers and thieves.
And amidst us, one man with a conscience.
I can't look this in the face. I don't believe I'm here.
We act. We serve William. You can't be criminal if you serve him.
But what if he's wrong? What if William's a thief?
The bishop is pissed. The whole army's pissed. A drunk bishop's blessing means we're all doomed.
You wouldn't think to look at us and tomorrow we'll all be dead.
I had a dream that we were heroes. Everything was right. We killed cleanly, quickly, as if the battle was designed by God. We took our trophies. We prayed, gave thanks. Then William walked amongst us.
When William walks amongst us, we'll be corpses.
You're talking crap. You're cowards.
Yeah.
Christ, who am I fighting with here?
Men like you. Scum.
I have no conscience. I do my job. We're not here to doubt and regret.
I have my God to face.
This is God's war.
God's turned his back on us. We're on our own.
Then what are we to do?
Make this place a hell.
This dawn, the sun comes long and low across the field into our eyes, like liquid amber, streaming gold. One apple tree stands, wearing a single apple like a hanged man. My lookout peers through the slits in his hands towards that bloodlight in the east. The enemy wakes and stirs, moves like a beast. My horse tongues the morning dew. With a nod of my head, I move and manage 7,000 men. From this vantage point on the hill, I can see it all, like a plan. From here we can rain down terror into the Norman soul. This is the high ground, closest to God. The standards are fixed in the earth, the Wessex dragon and the golden fighting man. They glint in the sun, the glamour of war, the flower of war before the harvest comes.
You men, break rank on pain of death.
The men stand close, so close that those who will die have nowhere to fall. Even the dead must carry on fighting the fight in this war.
You men, observe. The Wessex dragon and the golden fighting man. Behold these flags. They stand for England. Everything.
If I could only sleep. So knackered I can't stir the pot. Yeah. I was up all night with the looters, slaughtering till all hours. The whole of the world's a charnel house when I'm around. That'll be the stench then. Stench? They really stink on you. No wonder you can't sleep. You've the blood of hell all over you. Past smelling anything, me. All these men, eh? All of them. All of them be dead in the morning. You wouldn't think it to see them eating. Turns my stomach, it really does. We'll get out of this one day. When the war's over. Think of us too far away. You know where we'll be when the war is over? No? Where? We'll be dead.
There's scarcely wood to cut. We burned all England down.
Ramparts to keep out who, exactly? I can't taste war in the air like I'm used to. I always feel the war comes to me. Where I am, there's usually trouble, but here there's only calm.
The calm before the storm, maybe.
It better be. It had better be.
Harold is coming, I've heard the word. He's marching here from the north with 8,000 men. They say he beat the Norsemen and beheaded their king's corpse. His blood is up, he's coming all right. They'll fall on us by night like bastard angels and they'll bleed us while we sleep.
You tell some stories.
I've seen it in a vision. I prayed against it, but God didn't hear. It will happen.
What are you, a mad prophet?
I'm a carpenter. My son drowned. I've had visions since that night.
Grief's a powerful drug.
I've seen your death, soldier.
Well, thank Christ I haven't got a heart. I couldn't cope with pictures in my head.
Imagine what tomorrow brings.
No heart and no imagination. There's no place for imagination in the business of war.
If you imagined, you couldn't kill.
Oh, spare me the wisdom, woodworker. Take up your spade and dig.
I saw a picture of the dead beneath our feet, and you were with them.
You wittering fool!
Go on, take your spade. Come on, split me down the middle. Split me down the middle. Go! Hey, come on! Hey, I was with Harold, not each other.
This carpenter's head needs the picture scraping out of it. He's gone past madness.
He's sick with grief. He doesn't know his mind. Let him be.
If I hear any more of it...
I'm silenced now, but one more thing, and it's the truth. When Harold comes, we'll meet.
Hey, where are you going, crazy man?
I'm going to look at England.
I have made a pact with our Lord God, and am lucky and blessed. First news. A watchman reports the English army massing on a summit to the west. The English stealing a march while dreams and nightmares filled our French heads. I take the sacrament. I drape the relics of a saint around my neck. Small bones. Like Harold's broken word. Now I have eaten, dressed. This phase of battle is a war of nerves. The moments when the nerves must hold, when a trembling hand on a duke's wrist can send 10,000 arrows off course, when a lump in a duke's throat can choke 100 of his men, when a bead of sweat on his brow can leave his legions standing in the yellow fear of their own piss. Every micro-movement counts for something dear. But when I finally appear, I see jaws drop, faces fall slack. I am wearing my coat of mail the wrong way round, front to back. Before they read it as a sign, I shrug it off.
This twist in costume turns me from a duke into a king.
Hearts and minds that were floating loose come back on board.
Look at me! This is the cause. This is the holy cause. Redemptoris Mater, quae
My house is ash. Our child is gone. I'm too angry to die. Father in heaven.
Don't be scared.
Leave me be, I've had enough.
What happened to you?
A man like you came here and burned us down. A man like you. We were on fire.
A man like me wouldn't do this.
A soldier.
I'm not a soldier. What happened to your child?
He went through the flames. He's gone forever.
I know about forever.
Oh, where are you going?
I'm going to disappear.
You men stand on the brink. Behind you is a place known plainly as defeat. Behind you is death. A land called victory lies ahead. But trust not to fortune, runes, or fate. Destiny has to be carved, fashioned, shaped. England herds its thick-skinned peasants into the breach. Its soldiers are meat. Your job is nothing less than to butcher a hole in its hide, to hack through from the breast to the spine, to march through its tender heart and emerge in daylight on the far side in a new age. The papal banner points the way. Your job is to slaughter and slash and slice. Remember, no French have ever come this far and lost. So follow the bruises and scars of previous wars through English flesh, and England is yours. God comes with us. Even the sun points the way. Look, as I lift my hand, its shadow has 100 English in its grip. Now fertilize this soil with marrow and bile. Let the sword be the plough. Let 1,000,000 arrows be planted and come to bloom. Let the blade be the scythe. Now open the old wound and twist the knife!
What are you doing here?
Same as you, by the look of it. They call the same men deserters.
I saw the long-haired star some months ago. I watched it with my son.
I saw it too. It wrote its bad news across the sky.
Were you scared?
No. But my mind is dull. Like my trade.
And now?
Now I know what it was telling me. It said the world was coming to its end. And I can see it now, as William rides out.
I used to view the world with awe and wonder. Trees like this one we're hiding away in were my work. Wolves roamed, strange birds. Once I saw a dragon.
No.
Yes. Perhaps I was already mad and it was shadows.
I'd rather it was a dragon. The magic of their wings and breath like fire.
And a lion once.
In Normandy?
Yes, and look there in that clearing. A naked woman and a man.
We'll spy on them.
Great men are riding out to do great battle, and the little men are chasing naked women through the trees. Which of them have it right?
Listen to them. Another noise approaching.
Like a rumour.
Here comes a war. What are we doing?
We're running away.
But we don't know where we are. That noise coming over the hill. That noise is our death.
God is on our side.
It's mid-morning and the battle is about to commence. From my vantage point at the top of Cadbeck Hill, I can see two great armies sizing each other up. William's army is made up of three main elements: the Normans, Bretons and Flemish. Harold's men are taking up their positions on the ridge facing south. The air is filled with cries of war. Out, 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 God Almighty and Holy Cross. The Normans respond in kind. Skirmishes keep breaking out, but mostly it's a waiting game, a phony war. An occasional Norman crossbow fire shatters the morale of Harold's men. Some deserters flee in fear.
Before the teeth of war grind together, one of my men must enter the kingdom of heaven, must walk out into the eye of battle for single combat with his English double. Volunteers are many, 10 a penny. I lay my hand on one man's shoulder. Armed to the teeth, he crosses himself and struts into the open, gilded by sun, luminous, golden. Every man watches him walk, a hero already, less real with every step, more legendary. Somewhere out in the field he stops. One solitary Englishman breaks rank, comes forward. In the hazy distance they could be ghosts or lovers. Talk rises from their throats like smoke, though what the living dead say with their last breath, only the air knows. They meet, they join, they fall. The world holds its breath. Steam rises from the knot of limbs. Then one man stands. First blood to the French. And then like dogs, a pack of English rip our Frenchmen limb from limb. Now we are one dead each. And every man incensed. His soul a lighted fuse. Then hell breaks loose.
The ridge the English army occupies is approximately 1,000 yards long. Both flanks fall off steeply to marshy ground and streams, which makes it impossible for infantry and cavalry to manoeuvre. Harold's housecarls have formed a long shield wall, and these nobles, carrying two-handed axes, place themselves between inexperienced and ill-armed foot soldiers.
Every man in France is looking at us.
Well, axe the bastards into halves.
I was in France with Harold. Dead men get up and carry on fighting there.
Lying dog.
No, they do. I saw two dead men in mud.
Oh, yeah?
Harold pulled them out, Then they fought twice as hard, I tell you. Just thinking of it makes me piss.
Well, we've got God on our side.
God can't give a toss. You think God's here with us?
Yes.
You're barking mad. God's on the moon if he's any sense. All the men, all them horses. We're knackered.
Both sides are using horses, but very differently. The English housecarls have ridden small ponies to the battlefield and have now dismounted as per usual. The Normans, on the other hand, the first army to travel overseas with their own horses, walked the 6 miles to this meadow, leading their beasts with all their armour and weapons piled high on their backs. They've only now dressed for battle and mounted their horses. Another military difference is that William seems to be using the skills of his archers to the full, where Harold is not. In warfare on the continent, both sides would have archers in their ranks, and thus each would be replenished with arrows from the fire of the other. William will find that his arrows will not be returned, and as they're not carrying vast supplies, they will have to use this weapon sparingly for maximum effect.
It's raining death. Stick tight and we won't fall.
I'd rather fall.
They're as scared as we are.
What do you mean you're scared? It was you as hoping to frighten them off.
Listen to that. Oh, shit. This is it. Here we go.
My sources tell me that William has planned a coordinated attack of hammer blows. He begins with a shower of arrows into Harold's troops, following up with hand-to-hand combat by the infantry against the shield wall. If successful, this will be followed by a charge from the cavalry against the English. As far as I can see, Harold's plan is to stay on the ridge, facing the attack with an impenetrable shield wall.
Then out of nothing, a ghostly moaning of horns. Then out of nowhere, the strangest cloud, a wuthering, fizzing blur of feathered wood. Arrows, splitting the air at the speed of light. Kaleidoscopic, ripping the morning to shreds. Then puncturing flesh, punching the skin of my sleepy men. Such arrows. Weapons before their time, and the sound of twanging bows following them home. Magic arrows. We are mesmerized, bewildered, blind. Atomic arrows, some new science splitting men's minds. I have to move fast or be hoodwinked, hypnotized, taken in. One of my archers rips an arrow from his own thigh, fires it back across the divide. It finds a Frenchman's neck, wherein it buries its head. War as communion. Blood, unplugged and spilt and shared and spread.
God give me strength. 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 God give me
sky above our heads.
They're an armoured dragon.
Oh, Christ! This man is dead. It's still standing.
He packed too tight for men to fall down dead. His eyes are out. His final breath is on me, his soul. Move as one or we're done for.
My men rush forward on England, singing the Song of Roland. No plan of action can account for this. No vision of war can see in its mind's eye such brokenness and such ungodly mess. Here is the hilt of a sword. Here an axeman chops his weapon through a horse's flank. Here is a man's weeping head. Here are teeth, an eye, a boot still wearing a leg. Missiles intersect, stones go back and forth like solid words, stained with bloody fingerprints, the fury of men's hands. Here a man carries an arrow in his cheek. Here a man is raped in the heart with a pointed stick. Here a man run through with a lance stands motionless and straight, contemplating something far off. Another man plugs a chest wound with his fist to keep his soul from escaping his skin.
The corpses cannot walk. Throw him down. We're dead. We're dead. You might be. Keep it shut. And keep that shield above your head, or dead it is. I'm here. You bloody fool. We're dead now.
William's first attack has almost ended in disaster. Harold's shield wall has been successful, as both the Norman infantry and housecarls have been forced to retreat. William has taken high casualties in his first move. The Breton division on the left has been broken up and is being forced to regroup. The dead are being piled up and used as an obstacle.
The sound of dying men.
A slaughter, man.
To squealing pigs, yes. Screaming men.
I'm telling myself I'm a baker. I'm a baker.
In all this madness, look.
A child.
Walking through the dead.
Who would believe they'd see such a sight?
I'll pull him to me. Boy, come here. Come here. I won't harm you.
Mum's hair was burning.
He's clutching the child.
He's mad to risk his life.
He lost his child at sea.
And now he's lost his mind.
Save your neck, you fool.
He wants to die.
He's cracked.
He acts as he sees right.
And what about you, butcher? Will you have the baby sucking a pig's knuckle? And you, baker, will you have him sucking a crust? An army done all soft and a Saxon brat.
The soldiers bearing down on him.
He hacks our man to bits.
Pull your sword. Pull your sword.
Christ, he's standing firm. His sword is in that Saxon's guts.
The Englishmen are falling all around us.
Wade in! Into the cesspit! Fill it with blood!
Murderers. Senseless men.
I picked up the child. I pulled him into me for protection. The Englishman was cutting air above us. I could feel his fear. He fell down on me. The child was silent. I pushed my metal into the man. He was nothing then but blood.
And you are made a hero.
And that will be my downfall. I took a coin from his corpse. I can buy my place in hell.
By committing great deeds, you gain immortality.
You don't. It seems to me you die.
And where's the precious child? Your symbol of bloody hope.
Dead. The child is dead.
Hear the crow's wings, the lullaby, the night crow sings.
Aiming a blow is hard among this rabble of maimed and dead, and here, as I raise my sword to an English neck, my horse buckles and breaks, pitches me, heel over head over heel. The universe spins, the sun goes out, the sky becomes mud, the flat earth slaps the air out of my lungs. On spills like this, battles are won and lost. A fallen leader brings his army to its knees. A quick thought. Staggering to my feet, I rip the helmet from my head. Men, I am not dead. Here is the flag of my face. Here is the map of my face. The living flame of my face, the sign and seal of my face. And the troops, even those Bretons with dandelion clocks for hearts, turn back to the cause. With new fire in their eyes, they turn and fight because of this one face.
Up until only a moment ago, rumours were spreading like wildfire that William had been killed. But taking a bold and brave decision, William has dispelled this myth by riding out in front of his men, removing his helmet to show his head, and thus rallying his troops once more into battle. Bishop Odo, spurred on by this lead, urged the Breton cavalry to ride directly into the advancing Saxons, causing them to flee back to their lines.
William is dead.
There's no truth in that.
I saw his horses go down and him beneath it.
He showed his face to us. I saw him kill his own men to shame us into fighting. He isn't dead.
I believe he's dead. Without him, our deaths count for nothing.
Do I have to beat it into you? I saw William riding out in front of us, taking off his helmet and crying out that he's alive and we must not give in.
I saw the strongest giant I've ever seen ride up to the Saxons. He spat at them and laughed. He killed a man out of sheer spite. It was like a circus show. Then he was killed. He was suicide. If a man like that's dead, William is dead.
He's out there in that field of bones and meat.
And he's the only one of us that's living.
Hey, you're bleeding, soldier.
My legs snap.
Can you make it to those trees?
It's too tired to move.
They're coming at us.
They can have us.
I see all from this hill. Battle at full tilt. And the French Duke catapulted from his horse. This is my main chance. This is a chink of light. All I need is to raise this arm to advance. But something locks. Some bubble enters my pulse. Some bone sticks in my throat. Some stone sinks in my gut. Everything stops. Like before. Not a seizure or stroke, more like a state of trance. A bird crosses the sky looking for somewhere to land. A bird crosses the sky, measuring time. Below the battle is a tapestry, or frieze. England, my throne. To raise an arm or a shout is all that it takes. But no. This hand is Edward's bloodless hand. This voice is Edward's dying breath. This mind is Edward's lifeless mind. This heart is Edward's bleeding heart. A deathbed promise is a fatal curse. A dead king occupies my flesh. The bird still flies. Minutes pass. When I wake, William has mounted his horse and rallied his troops, and my first brother is darned with a lance in mid-stride, and my second brother enters the kingdom of God with a sword in his side. And the blackbird that drew me along in its wake has flown. And the moment, gone.
I am looking down on a scene of utter carnage. William has changed his tactics. At first he feigned retreat. Then, with his archers close enough to the battle line to retrieve their arrows, he directed them to shoot in a high arc over the shield wall, so that they plunged into the English ranks behind. All across the battlefield, men and horses are screaming out, scythed down by the swords of their enemies. The Normans are laying waste to anything that moves, stabbing with maces, spears, javelins and daggers. Men who have no more protection than straw in their clothing are being disemboweled and trampled underfoot. This once calm meadow has been transformed into a lake of blood.
at them. They know they're beaten, but they won't lie down. This is our country now, so why won't they lie down?
Let me help you.
I'm finished.
They'll kill you.
Run. Everything's for the better now.
You speak as if war is an act of creation.
I haven't got the wisdom to think as great as that.
Harold's shield wall has completely collapsed. His men are exhausted and he's taking tremendous casualties. It's rumoured that Harold himself may have been struck in the eye with an arrow, though as yet these reports have not been confirmed.
This battle ebbs and flows, surges and holds, but the tide rises and rolls. No man can send an ocean back to the sea. This has been proved. I pray for night or reinforcements. Nothing happens. Not the evening star, nor a single man. Neither Venus nor Mercury enters the sky. The Normans lap at our feet. We fight to the last. My bravest, most almighty Anglo-Saxon swipes at everything in sight, but is spiked like a bow. Picked off by blades in the back, knives to the ribs. The shield wall finally gives. The line capsizes. My army divides and shatters into terrified lives. Familiar faces turn and run, and are caught, hauled back, turned over, undone. Out on the battlefield, Frenchmen plunder the dead. When a soldier is blocked by his own shield, or slashed with his own sword, or sees his brother's helmet wearing his enemy's face, hope quickly fades. Arrows pour directly downwards now, like meteorites, like armour-piercing rain. On the crest of the hill, my chosen housecarls hurl themselves in front of every kill, until the flags, the Wessex dragon and the golden fighting man, are fallen and torn and are mud. Like a dream, 4 men surround me, 1 with a lance and 3 with knives. Time stops again, like ice. And now death enters through the skin and flesh, and finds the inner life. And glory streams from every part of me, a burning glory, pouring out from me like agony, like light.
From several hundred yards away, I watch my French assassins carry out their orders. English flags to be downed, Harold to be killed, and killed again. Harold to be butchered like an animal, to be slaughtered. Let this scene of history be thoroughly recorded. How the first man opened his gut with a lance for lying to France. How a second man lopped off the sceptre and orb from between his legs for lying to fellow men. How a third man cut out his heart for lying to God and cheating his faith. How the last man hacked off his head with a knife for lying to my face. My soldiers stare at the scattered remains, begin digging a grave. Leave him, I say, with the other ordinary dead. Leave him. Food for the crows. Fishing bait.
Of all the bloody places. Bloody's the word. I see you're in the thick of it. You've seen some of the world then?
More than I ever thought I would.
You're ragged.
You're dying.
Nearly dead. Saw the burning horses in my head.
Yeah, I saw them too. I saw them burn for real.
Long way from bosom. Oh, Christ, it hurts.
I thought of you in all that battle. I thought of when we met. Seems so long ago.
Now look at us. I'm dead. And you're a soldier.
I'm alive and all. I never thought it'd be me that stayed alive.
So where will you go?
Go? I thought I'd stay with you, with my friend.
I'm dead. Go. Go and see the world.
Why?
I can now confirm that the English army is all but defeated. A fight around the standard has taken place. 4 of William's knights have broken through to Harold's command post and have killed him. Reports are coming through that Ivo of Ponthieu went so far as to mutilate Harold's body, spearing him through the chest with a lance, cutting off his leg, cutting off his head, and finally disemboweling him.
They scythed us down.
We camped amongst the heaps of dead men.
We were dead meat.
William pitched his tent amid the slaughtered.
Horses trampled dying men into the mud.
A yellow sky glowed above. The beauty of that.
As we lay dying, we were plundered.
To see that sky, you'd think this was a paradise.
I saw a man pull an arrow from his eye. Heard him screaming.
I saw Harold's mangled bones wrapped in bloody robes.
At nightfall, every man I know was slaughtered. We were a wall of death.
Saw the woman looking for her son.
Heard a word I'd never heard before. The word was carnage.
And 7,000 corpses lay in the morning light of England.
The slaughter is finally over. Throughout the day, some Englishmen continued to fight despite the brutal killing of their king. Others fled on foot or on stolen horses. Some men are believed to be feigning death so they might be thrown onto the heaps of corpses that litter the field. William the Conqueror camps among the carnage, pitching his tent on a ridge overlooking the site of one of the bloodiest of battles. England is his.
Nightfall. The aftermath. Victory is a strange country. Once the fury of battle subsides, a numbness enters the mind. England is mine, and its throne and its crown, but dead men litter its soil. Such waste. Like a human forest ripped into and stormed. Noble men lie with commoners. Swineherds sprawl with the wreckage of knights and earls. The blood of the highborn clots with the blood of the low. Steam lifts from the bodies, releasing each soul into the next realm. These are the hours between, the limbo time, neither loss nor gain. I take off my coat of mail, let it fall. It sinks to the ground like a skin without bone. Fires are lit with the kindling of war. Splintered arrows and broken spears burn. They crackle and spit and hiss. My men feast, sing songs, sup wine. I crack the seal from a cask, pour water onto my face. the water of France. Water that flowed from the melted snows of the Alps, clear in my eyes, pure on my cheeks, sweet on my lips. Outside, the ghostly women appear, revenants, English women, like rag dolls, daughters, mothers, sisters, and wives, gleaning the field of battle for husbands, fathers, brothers, and sons. I watch them picking through the dead. One woman turns the broken head of a man with a stick, then falls, then weeps. I sleep. God spares me any dreams. I sleep. At dawn, a messenger comes to my tent. Word sent from the north, from Harold's mother, offering silver and gold of Harold's earthly weight in return for his corpse. What mother is this, who values her son as cuts of meat in a butcher's shop? Tell her, what death has bought can never be resold. Tell her, whatever fortune she owns will find its way into Norman pockets soon enough. His scattered body could have fallen from the sky. A woman is called to the sight, one of his Saxon whores, with her corn hair and bluestone eyes and the neck of a swan. This is his head, and this his chest, and this his shoulder. This a scar from birth. This is the mole on his breast. These are the scratches and bites of my nails and teeth where I fought back. If a body was ever a land, or a mind an island, it was his. We parcel him in rough purple cloth. One of my knights carries him down to the shore and lays him under the cliff. Stones from the beach are piled above him in a godless heap, and a mason carves a token message on a broken rock. At first light, I stand on a cliff top after a high tide. A grave on a beach is a word written in sand. What the crabs and sea lice leave, the waves obliterate, sweep clean. Nothing remains. History is mine. England is France, in all but memory and name.
In Bayeux Tapestry by Jeff Young and Simon Armitage, Christopher Eccleston was Harold and Stephen Delane was William. The reporter was Kirsty Wark. Andrew Tiernan was the messenger, Sean Mackenzie was the servant, Stephen Boxer was the father, and Linda Bassett was Edith. Kevin McMonagall was the French soldier, Trevor Etienne the French sailor, and Rosie Cavallero was the woman. Andy Weir was Little Man, Thomas Arnold was the English soldier, Terence Edmund was the baker, Alex Trinder the slaughterman, Philip Dowling was Shovewoman's boy, and Ike Hamilton was the carpenter's son. All other parts were played by members of the company. Music was by Harvey Brough. The associate producer was Kate Valentine. Bayeux Tapestry was produced and directed by Kate Rowland.